What is going on, guys? Chris here and welcome back to another Destiny video. This is going to be my review of the 55A-Allfate Vanguard Pulse Rifle. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, it is absolutely amazing in PvP. It's also decent in PvE, but this review is mainly going to be focusing on PvP because that's where this gun really shines. In general, Pulse Rifles are definitely good in PvE, but hand cannons dominate. However, in the Crucible, it's the other way around, and Pulse Rifles are absolutely insane. So let's just jump right into this with the stats of the weapon. Now, the archetype of this Pulse Rifle is a mid-high impact Pulse Rifle, similar to the Stranger's Rifle. The rate of fire is at 360 rounds per minute. That is sustained, of course, not within the burst. That is counting in the burst delays and making an average, basically. The impact is, as I said, mid to high. It'll do 33 damage with a headshot and 22 with a body shot in the Crucible, which means it'll take 6 to 10 shots to kill a Guardian. The time to kill is very fast if you're up against a low armored Guardian. You can kill them in just 0.67 seconds, which is insane, basically in 2 bursts. This is only rivaled by the 3 Little Words and the Last Word and Thorn and stuff like that. Extremely fast time to kill. However, it's not very consistent. If you're up against a highly armored Guardian, you won't be able to kill them in 2 bursts, and your time to kill will be much closer to a second. However, that is still a very nice time to kill. The range is great. It's almost Scout Rifle range, which is absolutely insane. You don't need that much range in PvP unless you're playing on something like First Light or Bastion. Most Crucible maps are not that long range and you're not going to notice it, so you can safely use something like Hand-Laid Stock to get extra stability at the cost of range. You won't be affected too much in PvP. In PvE it does come in handy sometimes, but overall it is very situational. Usually you don't need that much range. The stability isn't that great. It's not bad either. I definitely recommend getting a perk to improve it though, like Braced Frame or Hand-Laid Stock. Thing about it is that it's very manageable, but even then you are so reliant on the headshots since you can potentially get a 2-burst kill with this gun. So landing all those headshots is going to be so important to you, and therefore I recommend getting Braced Frame or Hand-Laid Stock to improve on the stability. The reload speed is pretty moderate. It's not the fastest, it's not the slowest, it's somewhere in the middle. So to sum this gun up, in PvP it performs very similarly to the Stranger's Rifle. It fires significantly faster than 3 Little Words, and it is really good for conservative PvP players, but it can definitely be used in a more aggressive role as well. This gun really shines at a medium range. At long distance you're usually going to get outgunned by a sniper or a scout rifle, but it can definitely challenge people. And in short ranges you usually get outgunned by shotguns or the new sidearm because they kill significantly faster in close quarters. They're a lot easier to use. The gun has a great magazine size of 27, however on my personal one here I do have Braced Frame, basically taking it down to 21, which I don't notice too much. And I'd say this gun is a very worthy Red Death replacement. In PvE it does nothing too spectacular to warrant it being used over a hand cannon or a scout rifle. It's not bad at all, it's just not as good as the previously mentioned weapon classes. The base perks you get on this weapon are Grave Robber, Flared Magwell, Snapshot, Casket Mag, and Hidden Hand. Grave Robber doesn't play into this weapon type's ideal role at all. You're not going to be up close fighting enemies with a Pulse Rifle, especially not a slow firing one, so melee kills refilling the magazine is extremely situational, and I'd recommend re-rolling for that sole purpose. Flared Magwell is definitely a good perk to improve on the somewhat moderate reload speed. Snapshot is always a useful PvP perk, but it's really nothing more than that. It's not spectacular, it's just a nice to have perk. And Casket Mag is just terrible. You're reducing the already pretty poor stability to get more ammo, and you have plenty of ammo in the clip. 27 for a high impact Pulse Rifle is great. And then lastly, Hidden Hand, which is a very interesting PvP perk that I have not gotten to try out yet, but I've heard really good things about it. But I definitely recommend re-rolling this gun though. If you're looking for a PvP roll on it, I'd recommend something like Rodeo, Feeding Frenzy, or Third Eye in the first perk slot. Personally, I re-rolled mine to get Third Eye here, and it is great for Rumble players and Skirmish players, so you don't get flanked. This has saved me on multiple occasions, and it's one of my favorite perks. I'm definitely reliant on it, and I recommend if you guys don't use it too much, that you do, because it's a great perk. In the middle tier, I'd recommend getting Hand-Laid Stock or Braced Frame. Basically, you want better stability at the cost of range or magazine size. Braced Frame takes the magazine size down to 21. I have it on my gun, and I don't notice it too much, so I definitely recommend getting one of these two. As I mentioned earlier, the range is great too, so Hand-Laid Stock is not going to hurt the gun very much at all. In perk 2, you can go for something like Glass Half Full or Reactive Reload. Those two are definitely the optimal perks. I rolled Reactive Reload, which is absolutely insane. You know, if I reload my gun after a kill, I get 29 body shot damage and 43 headshot damage, which is absolutely crazy, and it's a 2-burst kill machine. Glass half full is going to increase damage at the bottom half of the magazine up to 10%, which means you're basically going to be doing 36 damage with a headshot. And that's crazy. That is really good. It's going to be very, very good for getting 2 burst kills, especially because it's extremely accurate with braced frame or handlade stock. So again, it's just going to become a 2 burst kill machine. Other good perk options would be something like Hidden Hand, which comes stock on the gun, or Head Seeker, basically allowing you to hit your shots better or having slightly more damage after chaining a few body shots together. Personally, on my weapon, I have Third Eye, Brace Frame, and Reactive Reload, and it's absolutely insane, especially in Rumble, where it allows me to take out 1 or 2 enemies, but always have a look on my radar, even if I'm aiming down the side, so I don't get flanked, so I can get a kill, reload my gun, and quickly switch to another target, which works absolutely amazingly. And because of that, it is currently my go-to weapon in PvP. Definitely my favorite pulse rifle. I'd say it's the best legendary pulse rifle for PvP, even better than something like the 3 Little Words, or the Stranger's Rifle, or the Time on Target, which I reviewed before the dark below. And then just to round it off, if you absolutely do want a PvE version of this gun, I'd recommend going for Feeding Frenzy, Outlaw, or Spray and Play. In the middle tier, you could go for high caliber rounds with Speed Reload, and in the perk 2 slot, Army of One, Glass Half Full, or Secret Round, basically allowing you to have less downtime or more rounds or more damage. That's what you want in PvE, and I recommend going for similar perks on all guns basically, get more rounds, get a faster reload speed, or potentially get higher damage, which all of these perks will allow you to. It is some great PvE perks. However, as I said multiple times already, I recommend using hand cannons and scout rifles in PvE. So to round it off, this gun is amazing in PvP, especially in Rumble and Skirmish, where you're usually only taking on 1 person at a time with your gun. If you do want to take this gun into controller clash, it definitely works. It's a great gun still, but it does get clunky in close quarters. Therefore, I'd recommend running a shotgun or a fusion rifle as your backup weapon so you don't get caught out. So that's going to be the review of the 55A-Allfate pulse rifle. It's absolutely amazing. Buy it now, definitely if you're a PvP player. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, found it informative and helpful. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and if you're new, feel free to subscribe as well. The support on my videos lately has been absolutely amazing, so I really appreciate that, guys. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.